Morning. Hey, Jones, hope you can spread some of that Christmas spirits in the morning show there. Courtney, hey, you say that the devil that you know that you don't know, this devil in Belichick, what has he shown you? I mean, do you want to give him another quarterback that what he's going to do? He's going to bring, Greer in. He's going to bring Zappy. He's going to go in and wave him. Like, he's shown you nothing. Belichick has shown you nothing without Brady, be it with Cleveland and be it now without Brady. I wouldn't want to go forward with this. I mean, you want to go ahead and have him ruin another quarterback with May or Caleb Williams? I wouldn't go that route. Let's blow this up. Let's start it all over. Let's start another dynasty. Yeah, it sucks. I get it. But you know what? We have to start somewhere. We can't prolong and keep doing this.
I get what Nate's saying, and I agree with him. We haven't seen much out of him in recent history, but you can't forget about 20 years, and you also can't forget that there are players on this current team, and I'm not just talking about David Andrews, Matthew Slater, the ones that have been ride or dies for Bill Belichick, but you've got younger guys on this program during a time where Bill Belichick is getting a lot of flack, who are coming to his defense saying, we won this game for Bill. We think that he's being treated unfairly. You have guys saying that in the media. And
then you have other people that are being kicked off the team that are not there, that are tweeting out things.
Well, do you think Jack Jones was a good fit for this team?
I think Malik Cunningham was. And
Curtis, you have people on the team tweeting about,
Wasn't Malik Cunningham glowingly talking about Belichick, though? Because he's like, I want to be a coach, and it was amazing to learn from a guy like
that. I'm talking about when he left, the players that were outraged on his behalf.
Players were going to bat for him.
Well, Trent Brown.
Look at some of the players. Yes, Trent Brown was one.
There were several.
There were a bunch. Was Judon one? I want to say Judon was another one.
But I think that's
there were a bunch of players happy for Jack Jones,
but
like
I think that's
Jalen
more
Mills and
Billy
guys like
O.
this.
But I think the Malik Cunningham was more Billy O. I don't think Billy O.
You think all of the outpouring of support from Malik Cunningham was a shot at O'Brien?
Yeah, O'Brien, because I don't think Billy O. thinks that he's ready or he would make a difference. The same way I feel like he still feels that way with Zappy. I feel like he looks at Zappy like, I know I'm forced to play you, but
Bill O'Brien, he's such a great quarterback guru. I understand
why he but you get my point, like where there's a guy like, even though you're doing okay, they're still not like on board with you. And I think that's kind of how because we had Bill on here and he talked about how there were packages for Malik Cunningham and that kind of stuff, but we never saw that. And I think that was more of a Billy O thing. I would ask the room this question.
Yeah.
If you are, like the caller says, blow it up.
Would Bill Belichick fire Bill Belichick? Yes.
100%.
No. If you are in the category of blow it up, go a different direction.
I am.
Then that means you don't even want to see Mayo.
Correct.
Because there's a little
Bobby Slowick.
There's a possibility if you do go with Mayo, there's going to be some of that, residue from Bill Belichick. So are you?
Yeah, and likely you get Bill O'Brien too, which I don't want.
Right.
Like you probably have mostly everything the same, just no Belichick.
So if you're a blow it up guy, then are you completely somebody we have no clue about?
Yeah, Bobby Slowick's a great name in Houston. Look at what they've done this year. So that's a great name. Like I've said this before too. Like, and I know people think I'm crazy for wanting to do this, but like, you want an ex-player, you want somebody who's going to be coaching in the NFL, go get Deion. I would bring in anybody that has no connection to here, because this is a disaster. And Courtney, I get when people are like, well, 20
then we
years.
know who the quarterback's going to be.
Shador?
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm not anti that. I mean, I don't hate that idea. And look, you don't have to want Deion Sanders, but like, I would go to the McVay coaching tree or the Shanahan coaching tree or go to Mike McDaniel and hire Frank Smith or someone like that. There's a million different names.
Ben Johnson's out there.
Yeah, there's a million different names of guys that I can give you and programs I can give you that have been successful. And so I get it. Belichick has had 20 great years and he deserves another chance. I understand that thought process. I just thought that's what this year was. I thought this year was another chance after Patricia and Judge, and look how it's gone. And he was given another chance, and this is what it looked like. And so I don't want to waste my time with that.
Do you think Mac was a Bill guy or a Kraft guy?
I do think I think Bill had a hand in drafting him. Like, to say Bill didn't like Mac Jones at all, I would reject. He might not have wanted to take him at 15, but I think everything points to Bill liking Mac Jones, his style of play, the Alabama program. But I do think Kraft wanted a quarterbak. I think Bill knew that, so maybe he reached on Mac Jones. Is that too convoluted of an answer?
No, that's fine.
Yeah, that
but
is.
Then
he was forced into. He was not forced, but he was nudged into the Mac Jones.
Yeah, I think he liked Mac, but he was outside his comfort zone taking him at 15, but I put a lot of Mac on Kraft.
I guess I would ask Wiggy, because you've been asking all the questions here. What part of Bill Belichick do you blame for 3-11?
Yeah. How's it feel under those lights there, Seinfeld?
Okay, what part of that would be?
Yep, repeating the question always off to a bad
No,
start.
I'm trying to think. Because I told you, I would say...
It's like Eric Adams.
No, I would say 10%.
I would say
10%.
One word, New York.
No, 10%.
Because
I've already
10%.
said... Yeah, I've already said this.
Pie.
But I've already said this
I wasn't
before.
looking for a blame pie. I'm saying, what do you blame? What specifically do you blame for Bill Belichick for why the team is 3-11 right now?
I would say the biggest thing would be not getting some pieces in the offseason.
So the roster.
But you say
The
that's
roster.
Kraft.
Right. So I would say that some of it is Kraft. I think Kraft is more of the big pieces. I think.
Okay, so how about this? Do you blame Bill Belichick for Jacoby Myers being with the Raiders?
Yes. You have to blame him for that.
Oh yeah. That's what I would say. Like I would blame him for that.
Do you blame him for
choosing Juju over Jacoby Myers? That's
Yes,
Bill, but the payroll is Kraft.
I don't. When
I kind of agree with Wiggy on
when
that.
I look at this team 3-10, they're 3-10 because your quarterback's not good. If you had another quarterback who was better than average,
how would you get a better quarterback? Like, what do the Dolphins do with
like?
Tua?
I mean, I'm talking about Joe Flacco. I'm at that point right now.
No, I know, but Bill is a great scout, right? He knows talent.
Well, yeah, I think he knows.
Okay,
sometimes
so
he misses.
Why didn't he get more talent around the quarterback that wasn't great?
Well, I would also think that I think that the DeAndre Hopkins was. We don't want to pay him, Bill.
But it's the same money. You cut Devontae Parker.
But it's Robert Kraft not wanting to pay DeAndre Hopkins.
But I'm talking about this. It's the same
I don't think
money.
it is the same money.
Yeah, I think I'm with Wiggy on this. I think Hopkins would have wanted more
$3
money.
million.
Yeah. No, look, I look.
Right.
Bill didn't
So
do a good
there's your
job.
answer. My answer is that when you look at Bill and this season and what he directly affects this football team and their record, I don't put a lot on his plate because I think if you had a better quarterback.
So then if he leaves, you're not losing much.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. So
if he had nothing to do with this season, what are you really worried about?
Because now if you get another coach, I don't think you're getting a coach that is as good as Bill.
But Wiggy, so I agree with you on the payroll thing with Kraft, but I agree with Chris on this. If it's all about the quarterback, well, then what does the coach do? Then what do I need Bill for?
Right, why are we lamenting his exit?
If it's all about the quarterback, then I don't need Bill.
Because guess what? You're not going to have the same defense. You're not going to have the same defensive scheme.
Yeah.
So your defense
but you
is
can
going to
find
be
a good
worse.
defensive coordinator.
defense
look at what
just
Flores did with an awful Minnesota Vikings defense this year.
You might, but guess what? You might not.
And by the way, defensive passer rating, good stat, I think, pretty accurate. You know, we can discuss how many points Shime jumped down my throat about.
Yeah, well, I'm not even going to discuss
the
this one with
Patriots
you.
are 17th in defensive passer rating.
Okay.
16 teams have done better.
I mean, look, they just gave up a bunch. They just gave up 27 points to Mahomes. I know he's Patrick Mahomes. That Chiefs offense hasn't been good this year. It was third and long all day. So, like, the
but like
defense,
7 of those were from 7 yards away.
Right.
Like,
yeah, true. After the
things
pick from
need to be
Zappe,
taken
true.
into consideration.
But all I'm saying is he gave up third and long all day. That great defense gave up third and long all day. So it's like the defense has been better than the offense, but I think it's overrated how good it's been. And so if it's all about the quarterback, and I kind of think it is, you know, the NFL is now the NBA, and you get the one guy, I think you can turn things around very, very quickly. What do I need Bill for?
Because he takes all of the heat that should be going towards Kraft, and Kraft knows it.
But
There
you
is a trust thing.
still need a good coach. Perfect example, the LA Chargers.
Yeah.
They have a really good quarterback.
Dog doo-doo coach.
A dog doodle coach.
Are
So
we sure Bill's a good coach still?
yes.
Still?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said
Everybody who's actually
defensively-
in that locker room says he is still a good coach.
Okay. Well, not everybody. Zeke didn't like how they
Well,
handled the fourth quarter.
I told you defensively.
Okay. Everybody defensively. She said everybody in the locker room. But
I think most in that locker room think that he is still a good coach and still can coach.
I would have gone for it on fourth down a couple of times. I would have had better pace.
But he's never gone for it on fourth down.
No, that's not true.
He did in the first half, but he said that it was because of injuries.
Thank you, Chris. When Brady was here, they were aggressive going for it on fourth down. Since
It's
Brady left.
Brady.
Okay, right. Thank you
Statistically,
again.
he has never been aggressive going for it on fourth down. In his
Yeah,
entire
he
career,
hasn't.
Bill Belichick is at like the bottom of the league in aggressiveness.
But it's gone down since Brady left. They were more aggressive when Brady was here. And so, again, if it's just about Brady, and Brady's an extreme example, but then what do I need the coach for? And I don't want to say Bill was never great, because that is too strong. I question if we overrated how great he was, but what does he still do now? I think there are other coaches who could replicate that, and other coaches who are certainly more open-minded to newer offensive schemes and newer offensive Bill had a quote last week. He's like, I don't watch the San Francisco 49ers. Which it bothered the crap out of me. It's like they're the best team in the league. It's the best scheme in the league. You don't watch that? So
for how good
I'm
he
done
is
with
of
it.
friends with like the Shanahans, it's remarkable to me that none of that offensive just like juice has even kind of
I blame him for
snuck into
stubbornness.
his area.
Yeah.
That's what I do blame him for, stubbornness.
Yo, he's 70 whatever years old, 71 years old. He's going to be stubborn.
But I am on the Cam Newton train. Yeah, if you put a smart quarterback, somebody who's not going to make bad decisions on that roster, you're going to get what you get.
Okay.